Warning: this video contains sensitive and potentially disturbing material. The content is intended for educational and documentary purposes only and does not condone, glorify, or endorse any criminal behavior of the actions discussed in this video. Viewer discretion is advised.
Before the subscriber counts, before the viral headlines, before social media defined his reputation, there was Jacob Cherry, now known as 1090 Jake, a man whose life would be shaped by the streets, the prison system, and ultimately the unforgiving glare of the internet. Jake was born on July 10th, 1994, in Boston, Massachusetts, and spent his early childhood in working-class neighborhoods marked by economic struggle and street culture. His family moved during his teenage years, and by the age of 13, he was living in Tampa, Florida, a city known for its own mix of opportunity and adversity. This relocation marked the beginning of a turbulent period in his life. As a teen in Tampa's Sulphur Springs neighborhood in North Tampa, Jake gravitated toward the wrong influences. He became involved with gang culture and criminal activity, at one point joining the Bloods, a street gang with a long, violent history. His proximity to violence and survival mentality were not just background color, they became the very language he spoke. By the age of 16, his run-ins with the law had already begun. One incident involved a stolen firearm, leading to his first time in juvenile detention, the start of what would become years in the correctional system. When he was 18, everything changed. A charge for carrying a concealed firearm in Sulphur Springs snowballed into 19 felony counts, once prosecutors added burglary and weapons charges. One of those charges carried a potential life sentence in the state of Florida. Through a plea deal, most counts were dropped, but he still pled guilty to 4 felonies and received a 36-month sentence in Florida State Prison. Prison was not abstract, it was relentless, a place where violence was survival, not threat. Early in his sentence, Jake claimed he was attacked with a razor, leaving a 7-inch slash across his face, a wound that would become one of his most recognizable images. He spoke in interviews about gang warfare, staff brutality, and the constant threat of violence in the yards and cells. Navigating prison required alliances. Jake, who identified as a white member of the Bloods, later explained that being accepted in a predominantly non-white gang required him to demonstrate a readiness for violence, a stark testament to the brutal logic of inmate hierarchies. Still, prison did not erase his ambitions. Though battered, he earned his high school diploma just 2 weeks before his release, a rare achievement in an environment designed to strip away opportunity. After release at age 21, his challenges continued. Back in Boston, finding work was nearly impossible with a felony record. Discrimination, housing instability, and economic exclusion pushed him back toward old patterns. Within a year, he was arrested again in July 2016 on charges including armed assault with intent to rob and firearm offenses. He spent the next 2.5 years on probation, trying to find a path forward. Then, in May 2019, Jake made a choice that would change his life. He launched a YouTube channel called End of Sentence. What began as a single upload about life behind bars quickly resonated with an audience hungry for raw, unfiltered storytelling rooted in real experience. His content was strikingly different from typical commentary channels. Jake didn't just speculate. He broke down court documents, prison grievances, and legal filings, turning paperwork into narrative. He dissected criminal cases involving rappers, underground figures, and notorious trials, often blending personal insight with research. Jake's channel exploded. Millions of views followed. Interviews with major creators brought him into the wider YouTube spotlight. By the early 2020s, End of Sentence had become one of the most watched hubs for criminal case breakdowns and street culture commentary. But public exposure comes with costs. In 2023, accusations surfaced that 1090 Jake had himself snitched while in prison. That the paperwork he filed during his incarceration amounted to cooperation with authorities. Critics seized on administrative grievances and incident reports from his prison period and framed them in the harshest possible light in street and online cultures. Jake pushed back. He explained that the documents were formal grievances about his treatment, written to protect himself from disciplinary action, not to provide law enforcement with information about other inmates. He distinguished between legal cooperation and using the prison's internal complaint system, a nuance lost in much of the online debate. But in the digital world, nuance often gives way to narrative. Across social platforms and forums, arguments raged. Some denounced him as a rat. Others defended his interpretation and emphasized that the paperwork in question did not meet any legal definition of snitching. What this episode revealed is not just a controversy about one man, but a broader truth about the age of information and perception. In the internet era, where every document can be screenshotted, dissected, and shared globally, visibility is a weapon and a burden. A piece of paper intended to protect one's rights can be reframed as betrayal. A personal explanation can be twisted into accusation. Jake's journey, from Boston streets to Florida prisons, and then to millions of screens around the world, is a study in the paradox of the modern reputation. He built a brand on uncovering others' legal histories and interpretations, only to find himself under the same microscope. His story is not about glamour. It is not about celebration. It is about survival, consequence, and the cost of being seen. Because in the end, in a world where every word is archived and every file is permanent, the line between perception and truth is the most consequential line of all.
You're special, I'll be known. You're special.